So, New York.
First and foremost, I'd like to thank all the media here. Thank you very much, guys. Yeah, massive performance from myself. I'm keeping my feet on the ground. I don't want to get too ahead of myself. Listen, in boxing, you have your good days and you have your bad days. I've had a bad day and now I've had a good day. So I'm always thankful to the Lord above. And yeah, I'm buzzing, to be fair. I'm absolutely buzzing. So yeah, a huge thank you to my team, everyone involved. We made a few changes after the last fight, and yeah, it paid off. I was, no matter what was happening tonight, I was winning. I had it in my head. There was too much to lose. So yeah, and especially fighting in front of the New York fans, having my US debut. Listen, there was a great fighters ringside. Coach Benavides, senior over there, I see you. It's an honour to fight in front of you, in front of Devin Haney, Crawford, all of these guys. So yeah, man, a massive honour.
Of what he can do, and I knew, as we didn't get off to the best start, but I knew he'd grow into the fight. I've never met such a strong-minded, strong-willed young man. He's very determined and very focused. We've only had 8 weeks together. He's only going to get better, but we're not looking too far ahead. Let's enjoy tonight. There's a new star in world boxing, and his name is Hamzah Sheeraz.
Like I said, ups and downs. I never thought I'd be here. Now we're here. It's like it's my time to shine. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah, man. Alhamdulillah, always.
And the tactics.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, the tactics. It was like I said. We knew we had 8 or 9 weeks together, so we couldn't complicate anything. It was just about throwing more punches, throwing the right punches, and doing what is required of me in the fight. Like the first couple of rounds, I was losing them, and I knew I was losing them. But I was adjusting, and that was a massive learning experience I learned from my last fight against Adamis. So I think that's what makes a great fighter, or not a great fighter, a good fighter, adapting from fights to fights. And yeah, this was a good day for me.
Congratulations on the win, Hamzah.
Thank you.
Question: how does the win feel, considering the build-up to the fight, the trash talk, the boo win? Does the knockout make the win even more sweeter?
Yeah, it does. It does. A lot of people were happy for me. But like I said, respect to Berlanga at the end of the day. I knew what I was up against. I knew the shit talking that was going to be involved. I knew the type of character he was. So it was all about mentally staying very sane, staying very focused. And like I said, nothing was stopping me winning tonight. Honestly, nothing.
Radio Rahim down here in the front. Berlanga won the first round, at least on my card. He had some success in the second.
Yep.
Seemed like he hit you with some good shots. Did you need to make an adjustment early in the fight to turn the tide?
Yeah, I did. I don't think he expected me to fight him close. His jab surprised me. A lot. It was very quick, and it was catching me a lot. And I didn't expect that. So like I said, I had to make the adjustment.
He said to me after the second round, he said, I can hunt this guy. I said, go ahead and do it. And that's what he did. He started walking forward, and you could see it demoralized Berlanga. And then people don't understand how hard he punches. That left hand is, it's a gift. It's unbelievable, and it's only a matter of time.
It's not something he's just been doing. I mean, look how many guys he's stopped in style. He's done it to lots of fighters, and tonight he done it with a guy who went the distance with Canelo, and has got a sensational punch himself. He negated everything. At the end of it, after those first couple, I thought he won the second round. But after that, I just thought that you could see he was getting command. And those couple of uppercuts he threw, he definitely hurt him with those shots. And done the job, yeah, up the middle. It's there, but you can see what he's doing. But if you're big punchers like that, you just back him up. You put him on the back foot. You take a lot away from him, and that's what he done. He took a lot away from Edgar.
To your point, Andy, and yours, Frank, stopping Berlanga in the first half of the fight, no less, is an accomplishment. Canelo couldn't do that. You said you were going to stand in the trade with Canelo if you got an opportunity to be in front of him. Does this, in your mind, mean that you have more power than Canelo? And what would the game plan be?
Let's not get ahead of ourselves here. I'm a humble guy. I always have been. Canelo is one of my boxing heroes, and I've said it. So, like I said, even my name to be mentioned in the same sentence as his is a massive honor, man. It's a massive honor. Listen, you got to remember from where I've come from. Nothing. I swear, nothing. Everyone thinks just because of the way I carry myself, that I've been fed with a silver spoon. I haven't. I honestly haven't. I've come from nothing. I just don't portray it. But that's what boxing's about at the end of the day. Do you know what I mean? I've experienced a lot.
Congratulations and welcome to being a star in the States.
So when I knocked him down, to be fair, I heard him when I was in the second or third round. I was going forward, and when he saw me change the game plan, I heard him say, "Oh shit!" And that's where the fight was won for me. In that moment, the fight was won for me because I knew I had the mental edge on him. And then it was just about landing. You got to remember, he's a big guy. He walks around at 210 or whatever it is. And dropping down to 168 is not healthy. It's not healthy at all. And if you do that, you're not going to have cardio. I've been there when I was doing it at 160. So, like I said, it's all about experience. Once you pick up these little things in boxing, you can implement them in your game plan to get you the win, and that's exactly what I've done.
We talked about you being cool, calm, and collected in camp. And we saw there in the ring that the results were that you were sharp. Like, talk about, I know you talk about the first couple of rounds and, getting your bearings and getting hit. But talk about your sharpness and how that turned the tide for you to get the knockout win.
I think today was more about my mentality, in all honesty with you. Yeah, we made the adjustments in the fight, but today, I don't know, there was nothing stopping me. We had a great camp under Andy. We had an amazing camp, honestly. He's not just a coach, he's a teacher. He's a genuine teacher, and there's not many of them left in boxing. So, like I said, we've done what was required of me, and alhamdulillah, we got the win.
One question for Frank.
For Frank.
Frank, Izzy Asset Boxing Promoter from the UK. I have seen Hamzah's journey from the start, and I know how much you put into him. It must be really satisfying for you to, all the hard work, the small shows where you invested in him hard, there's not a return. I understand as a promoter how hard this game is. This one, two things. One, this must be really satisfying for you. Hamzah stayed loyal to you from day one, and now you're on the biggest platform. That's one. And what's next? I know we want to celebrate tonight, he deserves it, but surely you've got a game plan. As a promoter, you're always thinking, give us some options. What's next for Hamzah Sheeraz?
Well, first of all, when you meet a young fighter, he signs with you. They got belief in you. That's why they signed with you, and we believed in him. And I had a strong belief in him as he came through. And it's been a development. And a lot of people were banging on about that last fight. For me, it wasn't. I didn't know he was having weight problems. If I'd have known that, I would have stopped that from happening. But he was having weight problems, and we dealt with it straight away. And what he did as a man was go straight in the deep end. There was no dipping his toe in the water. Going with a real recognised opponent who only lost was going the distance with Canelo. And the future. I just want to see that fight in September. It's a great fight. It's going to be in September in Vegas between Canelo and Crawford. And I think all the organisations are going to put him in at number one anyway. They will do that on the strength of his performance. He was number 2 or 3 in a couple of them, so he'll go to number 1. And what will happen then? It will happen. What fight would everybody want to see? Would anybody like to see the winner of tonight's fight, again, which is him, against the winner of the September fight? Of course they will, because it'll be a fight. And because of what he said just now, whoever he fights, he's not a runner. He comes and fights. He's got a big heart, and he can punch. He's a big puncher, and he's an exciting fighter. I've never seen him in a dull fight when he's at his best, and that's what he is. And he's a joy to work with. We've gone from strength to strength. And I also want to say thank you to the ring for tonight, the promotion. It was a great promotion in a fabulous venue. Who would have thought of putting boxing on here? The crowd, the noise. It was just seemed to be amplified. It was just fabulous, sold out, and I'm sure this is going to be used on many occasions now. Besides the tennis, but His Excellency, he's been a joy for us in boxing. What he's come in and what he's done, and we're all on this journey together. And this fella here, I'm telling you, is going to go from strength to strength. And what's going to add to that? This man on my right, who's becoming one of the best trainers in the world, no doubt about that.
You don't find that. Thank you.